Demigrif Knights, the Empire's mightiest of Imperial Knights, mounted on this fearsome and majestic beast. There are three kinds of Demigrif units: Demigrif Knights, who are anti-infantry, a shock cavalry with great stats all across the board, even reasonable melee defense, which is uncommon for shock cavalry, and then you have the Halberd variation of that unit, which is anti-large, although they have some inferior stats to the regular Demigrif Knights, which makes them not so good at sticking it out with infantry. But they make up for this with an anti-large bonus, so they can deal with all the things that the regular Demigrifs can't. And then you have the Royal Altdorf Gryphites, who are exactly the same as regular Demigrif Knights, just with a few stat improvements, as you can see on the card, and they cause terror, so they'll be exactly the same, just better at the job. When it comes to choosing a target, you're best off going for the mid to high tier troops, and if you're the regular Demigrifs, you want to go for the infantry obviously, but make sure you cycle charge. All of these Demigrif units have massive charge bonuses, so if you can charge them in and pull them away around every 15 seconds or so, you're going to get the most out of them. For the Halberd Demigrifs, we're looking for the large targets, primarily cavalry, and here's why. Demigrifs can take out a non-armor piercing heavy cav of around the same price and still have half of their health left. Great anti-cav. They can take out an armor piercing heavy cav of around the same price and still have just under half of their health left. They can take out monstrous infantry fairly well, although they can take a lot of damage in the process if you don't route them quick enough, so could be one to engage cautiously. But the one kind of large unit I'd recommend to avoid Demigrifs fighting is single large monsters, because these, even though the Demigrifs can beat them, will do so much damage to the Demigrifs that they'll be nearly useless at the end of the fight anyway, especially if that monster is anti-large. So best off sticking to anti-cav and maybe anti-monstrous infantry. Demigrifs are also best supported with some healing, so make sure you always bring a Jade Wizard wherever there's Demigrifs to really help them fulfill their role well. That's Demigrifs in 2 minutes. But hold up, don't leave just yet, I have a question that you can help me with. If you watch the other two of these, you'll notice there's no campaign section in this video. Do you feel it needs it? Do you miss it? Did you find that useful? Should I bother putting that back in? Should I have a little multiplayer section to show you a build that they could work in? These videos aren't specifically meant for campaign or multiplayer, just to help people get a general knowledge of their units and understand what their role is within the army. Let me know if it does that or if there's anything else I could do to get that across better. See you in the future.